Hello, everyone, and welcome to Camazod's Gaming. Now, today we're going to be looking at the museum because I've been seeing a lot of questions from new players about where do we use rusted fire axes, stuff like that. So, we're going to go for a little bit of a walkthrough and have a look at some of those features. So, I hope you enjoy. Now, first of all, one of the first people you'll meet when you get to the museum will be the curator here. Now, beware, he's a bit of a ninja. Every now and again, when you're running around, he may just teleport in front of you. It does scare people sometimes. And he has various items for sale here. Mainly, we're going to look at the curator contracts to begin with. Now, he has 4 different curator contracts, and basically what they'll do is you buy one of these. So the first 3 you'll need 500 shards, and you'll use them to unlock the doors to the various wings. And as you see, the further you go, first draft is for the first 3, and then the second draft for the next 3 wings you unlock, and so on and so forth. Now, there is one wing that is separate from the others, which is Curios and Oddities, which has its own little contract. But that's more of a... that was added later on, and it's only got a couple of things in there at the moment, so that's not too important at this point in time. Now, run. As you can see here, this is the map of the museum, so you don't get lost. And it's split up into different wings or areas, basically based on the different regions for the game. So as you can see, we've got 3 wings for New England, 2 for Egypt, 2 for Transylvania, 2 for Japan, and then global is kind of monsters you'll meet wherever in the world, so they get their own little area. Also, you'll notice there's a gift store. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. So here we are at the New England branch, and instead of just talking and oh, what's the museum, let's go and have a look at one of the wings. So we'll have a look at the Drow wing. So if you have a draft and you hadn't unlocked it, when you go to open that door first time, it'll pop up with the do you want to open this, and that's where you use your drafts. Now, as you can see, there seems to be a lot going on here. This is one that I've had a lot of work in at the moment. But basically what you'll find when you open it first time is all of these will be empty and just waiting for you to start populating it. And when you inspect the plaques with each one, it'll tell you basically your requirements for opening. So you'll always have, you need certain types of lore, certain types of kill lists requirements. They're usually on the lighter end of the scale, so you're looking at maybe 50 to 100 kills of each type, and they may increase as you go in with deeper levels of pedestal upgrades. And then you'll need a pedestal to actually unlock it. And then As you go, you'll unlock all of these, which will let you unlock the centerpiece here. And it has its own requirements, just like all the others. But usually it's each of the pedestals will require first all of the little pedestals to be done. And then they'll have its own little requirements. So to get to the next level for this, I'll need a glowing scale, which drops from the Erddraug at the end of Polaris Dungeon. I'll need all of these other little pedestals upgraded to blue level. And then I'll need a blue centerpiece upgrade. Now while we talk about that, here are your normal little pedestal ones. So for a green it's 1000 aurum, and then that price scales as you go deeper and deeper. Same with the centerpiece. Your base one is 5000 shards, and then it will go all the way up to 100,000 shards. Where's it was? No. We want this one. Now, just as a bonus here, as you can see, I have a centerpiece upgrade ready, and at the same time I can get pedestal upgrade as well. So what we're going to do, so basically how it goes, you just walk over, you've got your little pedestal ready to go, you right click on it, it asks you if you want to sacrifice it to upgrade it, and there you go. And now we got an ugly looking Sasquatch. But because we've done that, and as you can see all the other ones have been unlocked as well, we can come over here, we check the plaque, and as you can see it's all green, which means we can upgrade it. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go, our base level centerpiece for this area has been unlocked. Now, the other thing with the wings, when you start unlocking them, is you may find lore, you may find a secret or two just lying around in here as well. That's just something they seem to love to do. So when you start unlocking it, make sure you explore. And I guess one of the other major things we can talk about now is the gift shop. So here we are at the gift shop. Now each of these vendors will be for a different area. So we've got Tokyo, we've got Transylvania, we've got the global area one, we've got Egypt, and we've got New England here. Now as I've just unlocked something for New England, let's go and have a look here. Now what we have here, let's just grow that out a bit. You can get pets from unlocking the various creatures. So the New England Wisp, if we get Wisps to Classic, we can then go and get this pet for 10,000 marks of favour. There's also Glamours, which will change your appearance to whatever monster it is. In this case, that'll be a zombie. And then there was a contest run just before the museum launched where the community got to draw images of the various monsters, and the winners got turned into shirts. So you can get all the shirts here as well. Now, the main pull for most people with the museum is these gadgets. Well, basically you get to summon mnemonic guardians. They take the place of the gadget slot, and in this case you'll summon a carb who can do a dash at enemies. It'll hit them for 895 physical. Now, that's just the base level. As you go deeper, these will upgrade as well, to the point where when you've got the highest level, it's doing 1610 damage. And that's the same for each different vendor. They'll have different monster summons, different shirts, different creatures pets you can unlock. Much like this little fella here, who will turn up, spitty little healing thing on me and then disappear. And that's basically a general overview of what the museum's all about. So, one more thing before we go. So, the question that a lot of people have been asking is, what are these gold drops that I've been getting off monsters? What are they all about? Well, I can show you what the Rusted Fire Axe is for, that everyone's been so what's it about? And basically what happens is, when you get your pedestal to the purple level, you can use your Rusted Fire Axe in this case, or whatever the gold item is, to get an additional cosmetic look to it. Now, in this case, the pedestal is Fast Zombies. And the Fast Zombies pedestal, like the purple level, it's basically just a swarm of zombies. We use the Rusted Fire Axe, and as you can see, we get our little zombie fireman. Now, that'll happen with each different one that's got a gold level. It'll change its appearance to an additional little thing, and you'll get your title Secret Hunter. Oh, and just one more thing. I keep forgetting. I've made notes about this and I keep forgetting it. But as you can see here, when you upgrade, when you get your centerpiece, it'll give you bonuses to attacking the creatures from this wing. So in this case, we get a 1.89% chance to deal additional damage to the zombies, or the scarecrow, or familiars, as they're all in this wing. And that's another good reason to be working on your museum. Some people will say work on it as you go. Some people will say wait until you're completely in game and all your weapons are unlocked and all that. It's personal preference, really. If you find yourself flush with shards and nothing to do with them, sure, go ahead. Personally, I'm more of a I'll just plink away at as I go, and it's been working fine so far. But thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy.